Council debated on a letter from the MEC. This is what the ACDP had to say.
Speaker, the ACDP objects to this notice. The ACDP objects, and I'm going to object on a number of grounds. And we're dealing here definitely with a notice. And yes, there might not be a lot what we can do in terms of the notice, but the notice itself must be rational. Now let's look at the letter of the MEC as to why he wants to invoke Section 12. Because that is critically important to understand that why do they want to invoke it. Now I'm going to run through their own letter just to show that the grounds in the letter is not sufficient to even invoke Section 12 notice on this municipality. Now, it appears from the letter that the primary reason given by the MEC for the change in municipal system is that the ANC-led coalition government has failed. That is the reason for his change of the government system. He, in his own letter, said the current coalition government has aggravated matters by creating a state of lawlessness and causing severe damage, leading to the collapse of the administration in the municipality. The members of the mayoral committee see themselves as mayors in their own right, and they, as they wish, the portfolio is relying on the administration. Then it says, in order to process anything administratively, management look for the party and its directives coming from within. Now it says that the MMCs don't want to take instructions from the executive mayor. Now this is very important. The following points must be noted from the MEC's letter. The MEC acknowledged in paragraph 1, go read in paragraph 1, he's acknowledging that during the previous term, there was stability, but under difficult circumstances. Now that stability was between 2016 and August 2018, when the DA, ACDP, COPE and UDM was in power. It says that a coalition under a mayoral system works, especially when you have stability. That is important because you must be rational when you invoke Section 12. You can't be irrational. You need to ask yourself, does the system work or does the system not work in the context of a coalition? Now, I'm submitting today to this House that it had worked. What has happened, and this in his own letter he explains, that after, in the last term of before the new elections, he said there was again instability. Who caused it? After September 2018 up until 2020, the ANC-led was in charge. They brought about instability in this municipality. This is quoted by the MEC himself. Then he went further to say, from the 1st of November up until to date, the same has happened. Who is in charge? ANC. So the question that should be asked is, does the mayoral system work or not? It does work. Why? All that it needs is competent leaders, strong leaders, leaders that can lead the city, that can bring the stability like we have shown before. You said in your own letter, and I'm going to take you to what was achieved when there was a DA, ACDP, UDM, and COPE government here in Nelson Mandela Bay. What we have achieved, we won a national award, an environmental award for the Food Blitz project. We built 66 parks in less than 6 months. We have cleaned the city and won the second runner-up city award under the same conditions, under the same system that you're trying to change. We have managed to get 200 million from National Treasury. Why? Because we were spending very well on our capital expenditure. We was noted as the most trusted or the second most trusted city in the city. We went and get 750 million loan to prepare for the drought that we know is going to come because we had a plan. Our finances was in order. Why am I explaining this? Because the rationale must be, is the system working or not? It's not whether there was instability. Because the reasons given is to invoke, maybe to put us under administration, that I would have understood. But to invoke Section 12, it can't be
You have to prove that a mayoral system is not working under a coalition. I've submitted today that definitely it's working. Now I'm going to the law because the law is important here. We need to follow the law, and that's why I'm objecting. Now, you have highlighted earlier in your own presentation to us, Salga, saying there will be the notice, and then it will be the consultation, and then it will be the publication. But let me explain to you something very simple. In Tshwane, in eThekwini, years ago, if I've got it right, Durban, the ANC lost power because of the IFP that was growing there. And they wanted to hang on to power by all costs, so they invoked this committee, executive committee system. They wanted to do the same in Cape Town in 2006 when they saw that they're losing power and a coalition was coming up under during that time. There was a dispute. And I want to bring you to the sections of the law which we, the ACDP, will fight. And I will be writing today to you, MEC. And I'm going to tell you what the law says. The law is very simple, Speaker. I've provided the rational grounds, now I'm providing the law. It is clear that it's not rational. Now the law says, I'm dealing with intergovernmental disputes. In terms of the intergovernmental relationships framework, the Act provides for a mechanism by which organs of state are obliged to resolve disputes and allow their specific steps as the parties may follow. An organ of the state wishing to declare a formal intergovernmental dispute must first, in good faith, make every reasonable effort to settle the intergovernmental dispute without resorting to judicial proceedings. The Act provides that any organ of state may take the next step, that is declaring, and that's what we're doing here today, declaring a formal intergovernmental dispute by notifying the MEC that he will not come here to change the system. So whether you give us notice and we're going to a consultation, we are going to invoke Section 41 of the Intergovernmental Relationships Act to make sure in writing, whether formally or informally, that this dispute of you coming in here, it's irrational because coalition government is working. It's the ANC that has failed the residents of Nelson Mandela Bay. Wherever they touch their hands, everything collapses. So it's not the mayoral system that has failed. It is not a change of another system that will bring about stability. It is chucking the ANC out of power that will save Nelson Mandela Bay.
So if you want to join with the ACDP, please connect with us. Follow us on our ACDP website.